Hello, everybody. My name is Brad Walsh. I am the host, creator, and founder of the Empowerography podcast platform, a platform that was created to help elevate and amplify the voices of women through sharing their stories. My podcast is rated in the top 2% globally. I've interviewed over 600 women and I have published 648 episodes. Today, well, first of all, welcome to Beyond the Mic, episode number 6, where today I will be discussing the importance and promoting your podcast and podcast episodes. So with that being said, I'm going to jump right in. Now, when it comes to podcast promotion, there are many facets, many ways of doing that, many things to consider. Um, I'll list off a few and then I'm going to pick one and discuss that. You want to create visually engaging graphics, audiograms to capture attention, which I spoke about last episode was creating podcast assets. Consistency, of course, is very important when promoting your podcast to build momentum and engagement through regular posting. Also, engaging with your audience in terms of commenting, sharing, all of those things. But for me, in my opinion, one of the most important things is collaborating with your guests that will in turn help amplify your reach of your podcast and the podcast episodes. Now, your guests, yes, you have guests on your show to share their stories. Of course, that's important if you're doing an interview style podcast, but they are also a gateway to a new audience because they in turn have communities that they're part of. They have followers and things like that. So that is your opportunity to reach an audience that you normally wouldn't have access to when your episode goes live. You want to make it easy as possible for your guests when you're sharing their episodes. Give them all the assets they need. Give them the audiograms, give them the graphics so that they don't even have to think about it. All they do is put it out there to promote it. And that's it. Send them everything they need to do. All they have to do then is hit post and they're good to go. But don't stop there. You want to collaborate with them. You want to keep building on that relationship. And maybe you do a little live chat or a quick little Facebook live interview to connect with them to um, to talk about the interview, to talk about how the experience was for them. Ask them to rate, review, and subscribe to your podcast. Ask them, of course, to share the content so that their audience gets introduced to you, therefore expanding your reach and your growth of your podcast platform. You want to amplify your reach as much as you possibly can. And you can do that through utilizing your guests. Promotion isn't just about throwing content out there and hoping that it sticks. Like you don't want to, it's not just like throwing spaghetti at the wall and hope it sticks. It's about being intentional and engaging with your content and consistent. Consistency is very important. So when you combine visually attractive graphics and content with genuine interaction when you're putting the episode out there, that creates strategic collaborations. You're not just promoting your podcast. Remember, you are building a community. You want to find your super fans that are going to help you promote your podcast. They're going to talk about your podcast. Your guests are going to talk about the incredible experience they had on your podcast by being about with being a guest, what it did for them, how incredible the conversation was, how valuable it was, how you were a great host and you helped them share their offers or whatever it was that they were sharing with the community, how they shared their wisdom, their knowledge, their expertise in the area that they are experts in, right? You want to keep that connection going because they're an important piece of the podcasting puzzle. They're going to help you promote your podcast. And that's what it all comes down to. That's how we're going to get more followers, more listeners, more subscribers, more ratings, more reviews. All of those things matter. The ratings, the reviews, all of that. That helps boost you and your podcast and expand and amplify your reach, which is what you really want to do. Remember, social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever, all the platforms, TikTok, they are a stage for you. So you want to promote it as much as possible. Show up, stand out, and make them hit that follow button. Make them subscribe to your podcast. Not make them, ask them to subscribe to your podcast. You want to get your podcast out there and reach as many people as possible. Now, one caveat to that whole thing about promotion and asking your guests to promote, not everyone is going to promote your podcast. And that's the unfortunate part of it. You cannot make people promote the podcast episode, although you would think it would be common sense that they would just want to promote the podcast because really it's free advertising for them and their business to share their story, to share their journey, to share the work they do, to share the offers they have. But not everybody is going to share their content, and that's the unfortunate side of things. And yes, as a podcast host, it can be very frustrating. Absolutely, it can be incredibly frustrating when the guests don't share the episode, but there's nothing you can do about it. You just got to hope that they will share it and put it out there for the world to listen to hear. And that will hopefully bring you in new listeners, new subscribers. But I understand, and I have experienced this. It's incredibly frustrating when the guest does not share the episode because I think anyways, why did we get on the podcast then? Why did I have you on my show if you're not going to share it? This is about shining a light on your guests. So you would think and hope that they are going to promote the episode because you've given them a stage, you've given them free advertising. So hopefully they'll promote that podcast episode for you. But promotion is key to getting the word out there about your podcast, about each episode that you're publishing each week, every 2 weeks, whatever it is, whatever the frequency you're publishing your episode is. But please, consistency is so important. I publish my episodes twice a week. And to me, staying consistent with that is key. It's important because I've built up a fan base and a following and subscribers. So over the past 4.5 years, it's going on 5 years this year that the podcast has been live and going. So people expect that my episodes are going to come out. I'm going to publish 2 episodes and they expect those episodes. They know my regular followers know that my episodes come out on Mondays and Fridays. They know that they can expect and rely on that content coming out on those 2 days. So be consistent when you are putting your episodes out there and sharing them. But that is the key promotion, podcast promotion. And like I said, I'm just going to recap those four or five ways in which you can rely on to promote. So engaging with your audience, comments, interviews, Q&A sessions, collaborating with your guests to amplify your reach, which in my opinion is the most important. Consistency, which I just mentioned, it's key to build that following, to find those super fans. If you're consistent through regular posting of content, through regular promotion of the podcast episodes, you will find your super fans. And then, of course, creating visually engaging and captivating graphics to bring the people in. So those are the 4 or 5 points that I find that help with podcast promotion. You can lean into those. I will be discussing each one of those a little bit over the next little while, over the next few episodes of Beyond the Mic. I'll be discussing each one individually and sharing a little bit about that over the next little while with Beyond the Mic. Thank you all for tuning in. I hope that you found this content valuable and inspirational. I hope it helps provide some insights and information for those who are out there just starting out with their podcasts. If you would like, I have a program created. I've created a wait list for the program. And for those of you who sign up for my wait list, you will save some money on the cost of the program where you won't be able to find anywhere else. You will also get a few bonus items if you sign up for the wait list. And then, of course, I will also put a link for my discovery call. If you want to book a discovery call to talk about working with me to help you craft and get started on the road to podcasting. So I'll put the link for booking a discovery call to hop on a call with me and chat about getting your podcast started, see where you want to go with it. We can iron out some ideas. And I will also put a link for start your own podcast from idea to implementation in 90 days or less. Start your own podcast. I'll put the link for the wait list. Remember, if you sign up for the wait list, there are a couple of bonuses for you. You'll save some money. I'll take some money off and provide some value where you won't be able to find that anywhere else, and book in for a discovery call. Thank you very much for tuning in today. I hope you found this content valuable and inspirational and insightful. We'll see you on the next episode, which will be next Tuesday, Beyond the Mic, episode 7. I haven't decided which topic I'm going to discuss yet, but I'll surprise you for the next episode. So thank you all. Talk to you soon. See you next week.